People think about this moon phase conversation in a woo-woo way, and we're not talking just about that. It's across the board, impacts all sorts of things.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's really
Tides, the storms, the birds, the plants, everything. You can if you ever look at the Farmer's Almanac. Farmer's Almanac talks about when to plant certain things, and certain things grow better if you're planting them in a different phase of the moon with the temperature. It's just amazing.
Hello, welcome to Conversations with Neuvias. My name is Carol. Today we have the lovely Marge,
Hello.
and we have our lovely Lynn, who is in the background today.
Hello, good morning. Good evening.
All the above. Our lovely topic today is moon phase energies. And yes, we were going to do this topic last week because of the pink moon, but unfortunately the Wi Fi was acting a little crazy, so we do it this time around.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
right.
that's okay. So I guess to start off, there are six different types of moon phases. I know y'all, if anybody's ever seen Twilight, they have all those breaking, new moon, full moon, and so forth. So those are kind of a few of them. But yeah, there right now our moon is actually wanting gibbous. So yeah, just so
Yeah.
we kind of know. And I guess Marge, what we could do too is just well, we can go through each one and then just kind of talk about what correlates with them.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Okay, perfect. So, of course, everybody knows there's a new moon, and when we talk about moon phase energy, it's just sometimes with the moon phase energy, you might start acting a different way, or your mood changes, or the energy changes, and you're feeling that, chaotic, sometimes beautiful drama, and it's just like a lot of stuff actually revolves around just different kinds of moon phases for
Mm-hmm.
people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even electronics. So,
absolutely.
yeah. So, I guess the first one is the new moon phase, which new moon means fresh starts, new beginnings, setting those intentions. I can tell you, it's hard for me to. I don't know about you, Mars, but for me to go figure out what moon phase we're in. I know about them, but sometimes I'm like, oh god, if you want to feel like you're feeling some kind of way, and you're like, what moon phase are we in? And it kind of balances that out. So
Yeah, it does. It
yeah.
does.
So like I said, new moon, just inward introspection and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a good time to start new things, make new it's a new beginning. It's the start of the cycle.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're like wanting to buy something, new moon's a good time to buy it. If you're wanting to start a new job, and sometimes it's hard to say, well, I need to start on a new moon. You can't really say that if they need you now, but
Yeah.
just if you're out there looking for work or you want to start something new, definitely do it around the new moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. A
So,
lot of people like to get married on a new moon too.
oh, that makes sense. New
Yeah.
beginnings and have a
Yep.
fresh start in their marriage.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I was thinking, did I do that? No, I don't think so. The next one is a waxing moon or a crescent first quarter. So when you see the moon, it kind of is half of it. So, anyways, so those intentions are for growth, momentum. Let's see what else. Taking your first steps, building stuff, and then of course, stepping into that willpower of you wanting to do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you started the cycle with the new moon and you start increasing it as the moon,
Mhm.
sorry, as the moon goes towards full.
Yes. So that's kind of what the waxing means. So it's like I'm sure y'all have seen a diagram of all the moon phases, and so it kind of, and then of course it comes back full circle again.
Yeah, I'll put it at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that would be great. So people kind of know what we're talking about
Right.
and put a picture to what we're definitely talking about. The next one is waxing gibbous. Gibbous, yeah. So it's just you're adjusting your plans now. You're learning. You're trying to achieve those goals that you've set in motion with your new beginning phase, and so that's what the waxing gibbous does. It just sets those intentions, and you're working on achieving those goals.
Yep.
Yes.
Attracting more towards your goal, and the momentum is continuing to uh, to go in that direction. It's pretty neat.
Yes. Next is our lovely full moon. I am a big stickler for full moons. I'm sure everybody, as everybody would be, I would think.
Big energy.
Yes. That peak energy now, so we're at that hike of the peak. We're getting a lot of clarity. We're getting heightened emotions going on. We're releasing stuff. If you're crying at the drop of a hat, it's because of this full moon. And of course, the full moon eliminates like everything outside is just gorgeous when the full moon is around, and you actually don't have clouds covering it. It's so beautiful to look
It is
at.
beautiful. Yeah, I
Yes.
love it. And it's interesting that you talk about the full moon, and so many people go, they're a lunatic. Yeah, that's why it's lunatic. So things go a little crazy because the energy is so big.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
would, story time. So when my daughter was in daycare, I'm going to start saying that every time I go to do a story. So my daughter was in daycare when she was little, and I went to pick her up at the daycare center one evening after work, and the daycare workers were just beside them, so they looked like they were just frazzled and had a rough day. And one of them said, "I don't know what's going on with these kids." I said, "Look up, it's a full moon. It's a full moon." She goes, "That's not true." I said, "Look at the moon. It's full. It's absolutely true. The energy gets so big, kids don't know how to handle it, right? So
Right.
they can't deal with they don't understand why their energy is so big. And so they just act up and have a lot more energy.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing they talk about with emergency rooms too, because
Mhm.
people are a little more frantic and a little more energized and do some pretty silly things.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's quite a few accidents during full moons, and sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Another accident or whatever. It didn't necessarily have to be an accident, but it's
Yeah.
just there's a lot going on during full moons for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
It
I
even
love.
increases our tides. The
Oh
tides are much bigger during a full moon than during a new moon because of the change in the gravitational pull.
yeah, that's actually interesting. I remember we were talking about that last time. That's pretty cool. So you're like, let me see if it's a full moon. Look at those tides.
Yep.
Next one is the one in Gibeus, which I think that's why I did say earlier we're at right now in this moment. So, right now it's basically you're sharing your ideas, you're teaching others about what you know. It's very giving gratitude to whatever it is that you're doing, and then of course letting go what no longer serves you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's a
yeah.
good time to do your space cleansing, personally or
Declutter.
physically.
Yeah. So, and sometimes depending if you were born on a moon cycle or full moon, your energy will also go with that too. Because I didn't know that there was a difference if you were born on what moon cycle that you were born on. So
Yeah, you're
yeah,
drawn to it a little
drawn
bit
to
more.
it. Yeah. So I think that's pretty interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we go into the last quarter, which is our third quarter moon, and that one's just reassessing, surrendering what no longer serves you again. You're clearing away obstacles. You're getting rid of the old to bring in the new again, and you're making space for you
Hmm.
or whatever that you're maybe working on.
Yeah. Breaking
Releasing,
habits,
yeah,
cutting
releasing.
cords,
Yes.
saying that's enough.
Yes, I've had it with you. Wait till full moon. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
And then of course the wanting crescent. It's just now you've gone through everything. Now it's time to relax. It's time to rest. It's time to recuperate from everything that you've accomplished at the beginning of that first moon.
Yeah. Well, then you go back to the new moon and start the whole cycle again.
Yes, recycle. Here we go. So I will say, Marge, the one thing I've always remembered about full moons, a lot of people do different rituals during full moons.
Yeah.
If you're on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, there somebody's always like, if you're, I know for because of my algorithm, I'm always getting, it's this kind of moon and what you want to do on this moon, whatever it is that they're trying to tell you to do as a
Right.
ritual to help you better yourself. So,
Yeah. I think because it adds so much energy into the environment
hmm,
that it's just a better time to do that. That's when you should charge water if you're going to do moon water, right?
right,
And that's when you should do rituals that gives them more strength because it's more powerful. There's just so much more energy behind it.
yes. And when we talk about rituals, I mean, people don't think like, oh my God, they're witches. I knew it. No, everybody has birthdays. You blow out a candle. Consider that a ritual.
Yeah,
Just throwing that
absolutely.
out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just timing is everything. So when you are doing stuff, do keep that in consideration, especially with different moon cycles.
Yeah. Moon phases impact fishermen as well. The
Oh, yeah,
fish makes a big difference when there's a full moon versus, the other phases,
yeah, that's probably true because if it's releasing, you're probably not going to be catching anything,
right?
or fish are just not coming out.
Not as active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool to. That's some actually good insight, Marge, because you never think about stuff like that in that perspective.
Right. Yeah, well, people think about this moon phase conversation in a woo-woo way, and we're not talking just about that. It's across the board, impacts all sorts of things.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's really
Tides, the storms, the birds, the plants, everything. You can if you ever look at the Farmer's Almanac. Farmer's Almanac talks about when to plant certain things, and certain things grow better if you're planting them in a different phase of the moon with the temperature. It's just amazing.
hey, that's true. I completely forgot about the Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah, I still get it in my email box. So,
Oh, it's like, oh my god, I haven't seen one of those in forever. Yeah, so another one, in talking about these different kind of moon phases, planning and being productive, it tells you you might get in this mindset all of a sudden that we want to start a project, and it might be because the moon is waxing, and so you're like, oh my gosh, or wanting or whatever, and so you start getting these ideas of what you want to do, and so you know during those cycles it's a good time to, like, if you want to start a business, start planning it out or something during the waxing phases of the moon. So
yeah,
personal growth is another opportunity for us. There's that journaling, doing shadow work is a really big one, and then of course therapy. Just aligning yourself with the different phases of the moon. And the good time to do these, March, would be during a new waning moon.
uh-huh.
Yeah. And then, as you said earlier, gardening, because we were talking about the Fisher's Almanac. Oh my gosh, the Farmer's Almanac, gardening. Planning, harvesting, doing it by that schedule that Marge was talking about, by the
Yeah.
different moon phases.
It's interesting. Certain plants bloom on a full moon too, that don't necessarily bloom at other times of the month.
Oh my gosh.
So many different things.
Yeah, and we probably just take that little bit of stuff for granted because you just don't pay attention to it.
Exactly. You don't look up,
No.
and it's not notice. It's okay. So we're all women on this call, but it's kind of like when you start say, having a cycle when you're young, and you start noticing, oh, I'm not feeling great. I'm feeling cranky. I'm feeling very unhappy. And then it's the cycle, as the cycle goes, the mood changes, right?
Yeah. Oh yes, you will know when a woman's on that cycle, right? Especially in the first 3 days.
Yeah. Well, especially when they're not aware of it and they haven't been paying attention to it.
Hmm.
Once you start paying attention to things, you start seeing the patterns.
Yes.
And seeing those patterns makes a big difference.
No, no, for sure. Which brings us to that emotional self care.
Yes.
Stronger more emotions around the full moon. So yeah, just be cautious of that. I think too during full moons, March, a lot of people's cycle will come sometimes start in that or
Yeah,
do something as well. So
probably.
yes, so
I didn't pay attention to that when I was back then. Back then,
no, me neither. I was just like, oh my god, this again.
it's pretty interesting though when you think about it because the moon cycle's 28 days
hmm
and the typical hormone cycle for a woman is 28 days as well.
That's actually really interesting.
Hmm.
Dang. Well, I was going to tell you, I did do the moon phase, map it out for April since we are just kind of starting April. We're April 6th today. So
Oh, great.
I do have like the first, April 1st to the 2nd, which is already passed. It was a peak full moon energy. So that was just releasing the clarity and the heightened intuition on that peak full moon. Right now, the phase we're in is the last quarter, which is reassessing and clearing space. So this is a good time to just you know, get rid of things that no longer serve you, declutter, like I had mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just kind of reevaluating your something if you're kind of not on board with something, reassess it, look at all everything, in full under a full what do you call it lighting just to make sure this is what you want to do, and then
Hmm.
go forward with it.
Yep.
So that's kind of the phase we're in right now. April 16th to the 17th is our new moon once again. So this is also time, like we said earlier, set those intentions, set those new beginnings, excuse me, and go from there. So honestly, the way I see these April 16th, I'll be here in 2 days because the way
It feels like it.
time goes. Yeah, it'll be here in 2 days. And then, of course, April 24th and 25th is just our first quarter again. You're building that momentum again. You're taking action. You're trying to push forward and get those goals achieved or get whatever you're trying to do accomplished, and then move on to the next step.
Yep. And then back to the 1st of May for the full moon again.
Yes. So I was gonna ask. So how do you think the human energy is during the phases of each moon, or during just the phases of the moon?
Well, like I said before, the full moon just makes everything so much bigger. It's
Mm-hmm.
brighter and it's bigger. And so if you think about it that way, it helps you remember this is because the moon is so big and looks so full, you're
Yeah.
going to be more energetic. Likewise, on the other side of it, it's you're a little more calm, a little more retrospective, a little more thoughtful, a little slower to anger, a little slower to, just a little slower and the more thoughtful in that new moon phase. That's why it's good. It's a good time to start things
Yeah.
during that new moon, so you're not so
The
running crazy.
intensity.
And so
Yeah.
that energy just swings like a pendulum, up and then up, up and around.
Oh my gosh. Lynn, I know you're still in the background. Did you want to add anything to what we're talking about today as far as cycles go? Or the moon phases?
No, but I agree with what Marge just said right now. So yeah, I just love this conversation. So I keep on, listening, having fun.
Yeah. One thing I will tell you too about moon phases, Marge, is I the sleep patterns also go off tremendously, and
Yeah,
you're so restless at night. You're like, oh my gosh, why am I not falling asleep? Or why am I having so much insomnia? And so remember, the moon cycles will do that to you,
that's
depending.
true.
Yeah, and so
And
we
maybe
may.
reduce your caffeine during a full moon, kick it up a little bit during a new moon.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Our
But yeah, that
energy.
makes good sense because there's so much energy. It's hard to calm down and
Yeah.
center.
Yeah, because that's one thing I noticed about me. Like, I just will be like, oh my God, why can't I sleep? I'm up all night, and then I feel restless, and yeah, I'm not getting the full 8 hours that I'm supposed to be getting. Not really. I get five if I do five, I'm good. But you're supposed to be getting 8 hours. So yeah, so that's just one. Your sleep is deprived. So just
Yeah.
be aware of that. When that's going on, and you know, and sometimes you can sleep less too, Marge, and then you have all this burst of energy.
Right. Because of the energy. You're
Yeah,
not
because
sleeping and you still have energy.
yeah, so it's. I guess sometimes you think about it, it's a catch-22.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, I was like, so even your mental health will have an impact with the phases of the moon as well.
Yeah.
Just, I think there's a correlation that's between the different moon phases, and so you might be feeling happy, you might be feeling depressed, you might be feeling, angry, and it's just because of the different phases of the moons that are cycling through, and sometimes you don't even think about it in that manner.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's and like you said, Marge, early with the tides, like going like that, the different tides. So
Yeah. It's
I.
it's interesting when you think about it. Everything in life is a cycle, right? Cycle.
Mhm.
Not necessarily the same cycle, but it changes where it is, right? And
Yes.
so, when you're in this cycle and you're up at the top and everything's and are very energetic, if you're in a generally negative situation,
Mhm.
you're going to be hugely negative, right? But
Right.
if you're in a more positive
Mhm.
state of mind, you're going to be hugely, maybe too much, in a good situation, Maybe make you too hyper, make you too excited, make people go, oh man, calm down. So it's just, and as the time goes from the new moon to the full moon and back, you'll feel that cycle go up and the energy goes back down.
Yeah, that's
It's all
true.
about balance. Everything's balanced.
Mhm. I mean, that's actually really truthful, Marge, because you just you just don't ever you just don't put it together. Like I would never imagine putting all what we're talking about together
Yeah.
and coming in like, oh, okay, that makes sense. All that timing, right?
Right.
I will say that during full moon too, that there's a lot of gatherings. People gather a lot. There's always some type of huge event going on because of full moons, and this pattern also, like you said, it has so much energy. So there's always something transpiring during full moons. So
True. Yep.
yeah. I have the the cards that I bought, or not bought, got the Moonology. So I was just gonna pick
I
a
love those
full.
cards.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this will be a good one to pull today from there. So I'll pull some Moonology more just so we can kind of see what each phase is. And these cards are really good because they do tell you about the different phases of the moon. So I'll pull a few of them
Okay.
and see what we have to say on these lovely moon cycles. And I think they even show you the moon pattern of what it is during that time. Alrighty. As I'm trying to shuffle. So this one here, it's time to release negativity. This is a full moon in Scorpio. Isn't that pretty? It's like a
That's neat.
yeah.
That's
So
really pretty.
yeah, time to release negativity. That weren't you talking about that earlier, Marge? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a full moon in Scorpio because there are different phases of moons also in your zodiac signs, and that's why this one's considered full moon in Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
If you're really wanting to do some work on stuff on different phases of the moon, it's moon in Virgo, your sun's in Cap or whatever, and so this is just like I said, this is just strictly for the moon cycles. So, in case you're wondering, like, what do you mean moon and full moon in Scorpio? What does that mean?
And that doesn't necessarily mean that the moon is full during the Scorpio time of year. It means that the moon is appearing full in the Scorpio constellation.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
A
it will
little
say
bit different.
Yeah. You're like, what do you mean? What does that mean? No, that's definitely well said, Marge. So even though we're just talking about the basics of the cycles of the moon, that it gets more detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah, you
whole
could
lot
get
more.
to so detailed.
Yes. So this one is a new moon in Virgo. So there's what I'm saying, the new moon in Virgo, and
Nice.
this one is a time to give rather than take. So yeah,
Perfect.
time to give
Hmm.
rather than take.
It's a pretty picture too.
Yeah, this one actually, she's very. It almost looks like reminds me of Mother Earth.
Hmm.
Yeah, and see, there's the phase of the moon, and this also with working with this moon in Virgo, it also I think like a healing for you as well. Which Virgos are pretty much down to earth people, and Virgos want to do for everybody, and so that's probably what this card may be referring to. Like you want to help offer yourself to help whoever.
Yeah.
All right, Marge, we'll pull another one here. We'll pull one more, and then we'll finish up this lovely conversation off.
Sounds good.
Okay, and this one is the new moon in Taurus.
There you go.
There you go. And this one says prosperity lies ahead. So prosperity lies ahead.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's time to release negativity. A time to give rather than take, and then prosperity lies ahead. Yes.
That's all goes along with spring too, and where we're at right now in the cycle, and right now in the season as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those all work for that,
Yeah.
as usual.
As usual. Yes. Well, Marge, I don't have anything else to add to this our lovely conversation. Did you want to add anything?
I don't think so. I think we've covered everything pretty well.
Yeah, we just wanted to kind of just give you a short summary of moon phases and their energies and what to expect, what not to expect.
Yeah.
And simply because, like I said, we just went through last week the pink moon phase, and it was really beautiful, that pink moon if you were able to see it.
Yeah, it was too cloudy here.
I know, but that pink moon, just to give you a kind of a quick breakdown too, was just that rebirth, that renewal, fertility, creativity. When I'm saying fertility, doesn't necessarily mean somebody's going to get pregnant, but just you're expanding, you're growing, you're evolving, and so fertility means like the beginning of a new cycle. That's
Right. And the pink moon doesn't mean it's pink because the moon looks pink.
mhm.
Just like the blue moon, it's not that the moon looks blue, it's the 13th full moon of the year. So in a pink moon, it's just because of the season. So there's flowers blooming, it's renewal of the earth, things are waking
Mhm.
up. And so that's why it's called the pink moon.
Yeah. So renewal, growth, like March said, creativity, and of course releasing. So
Yeah. Awesome.
yes. Well, until next time, my name is Carol. You can visit us at www.neuvias.com. And as always,
And I am March. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel to get that kind of input. And if you have any comments or questions, we'd love to hear 'em. Thank you
yeah.
so much for joining us.
Thank you. Lynn, did you want to say anything before we take off?
So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes.
All
Until,
righty.
yes. Love and light.
Love and light. Love y'all.
Bye bye.
Bye.